The Washington Commanders have released veteran center Chase Roullier. All the details coming up right now. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. I am Stoner. As you can see, nobody's here with me. Nathan is traveling. Trev is working. So you got just me. And trust me, I'm going to keep it short. Before we get into this reaction to the release of veteran center Chase Roullier, I want to ask that you all hit that like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and punch that notifications button so you can be sure to get a notification, for whenever we go live or whenever we put out new content, which is often. Don't forget, we're always live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're everywhere. You can find us at Ref the District. So now let's get into this situation with Chase Roullier. It really wasn't an unexpected move for Washington to release the veteran center. First, we're going to talk about Chase Roullier and what he meant to this organization, and then we'll talk about why he was released. It's not really a surprise, but let's get it all out in the open. First, Chase Roullier was drafted in 2017 in the 6th round, pick 199 out of Wyoming. Does that sound familiar? Round 6, pick 199. That would be the same round and pick as Mr. Tom Brady. Now, of course, he's not Tom Brady, but he has meant a lot to this organization. In 2017, he was pretty much an afterthought when they drafted him. Think about this year, who Washington has drafted in the 6th round or in the past couple of years. You really don't expect a lot from those types of players. However, he took over about halfway through, I believe it was week number 8 in 2017, his rookie year. Spencer Long was the center, and Spencer Long was a 3rd-round draft pick for Washington. But Spencer Long got hurt. So in jumps Chase Roullier, and then he's locked in as the starter for this organization all these years later. He's 6'4", 312-pound, very, very versatile center. He had quick feet. He's known for his smarts. Think about all the different quarterbacks that he's worked with since 2017. I can't even name them all, but I bet you there's around 15. Maybe we'll throw up a graphic that shows how many quarterbacks that Chase Roullier actually centered for, because it's a lot. We all know this organization has been a lot, but he has been a foundation of that offensive line since 2017, a rock. He has been an amazing center where this team didn't have to think about drafting anyone for many years. Now, he started to get injuries in the last couple of years. So that's where we start talking about why he was released by this organization. 2 years ago in the 21 season, he broke his, it's not sure exactly what the injury was, but he did definitely hurt his ankle / fibula, I believe it was. And he was lost for the year once that happened. And that was like in week 8. And Washington, man, went through a lot of centers that year. If you remember, his backup, Tyler Larson, also got hurt. Then they went to, who was the 3rd stringer? The guy who we drafted in like the 5th round. Sorry, I can't remember his name. If you remember, hit us up in the chat and remind me who that guy was. He ended up going out west, maybe to San Francisco or something, and hasn't really panned out. And then we also had the male model. I can't even remember his name either. But anyway, there was a lot of center turnover in that year, which probably contributed a lot to the bad record Washington had that year at 7-10. So in 2022, he comes off the injured list in training camp, and great, we got our center. And then he gets hurt in game 2 to where he hurts his MCL, and he's again lost for the year. Now, if you remember in 2021, before his first injury, that's when Washington signed him to an extension. It was a 4-year, $40.5 million extension. He got $13.67 million right there on the spot, guaranteed at signing. He's set for life. Good for him, good for his family. We'll get to his family here in just a second as well. But he became the rock at center. And this team needed that, again, with all of the quarterback issues, with all the turnover on the offensive line, with Trent Williams' situation and Brandon Sheriff's situation and new draft picks and all of this. So he was the one constant. He was the guy who was always there. He was steady. He was well-liked among his teammates. He was smart. He did everything the coaches asked. It's a darn shame that Chase Roullier has been released. Why has he been released? That's the big question. And is it really a question? I don't think so. Chase was let go. Really, you can count the injuries that he had the last 2 years to where he couldn't finish out the season. His cap number was just a little too much. So what this does by cutting him is it saves about $8.4-ish million against the cap for this year. He's a post-June 1 cut, which means his money stays on the books until June 1st. After that, on June 2nd, you free up $8.4 million. That gives you an opportunity. Gives Washington an opportunity to go out and sign some guys. So if they had done it before June 1st, if they had done it earlier, then they would have only saved about $4 million, a little over $4 million. It's semantics, the exact amount of money, but it is saving them money. June 1st is about $4-something million. After June 1st is about $8.4 million. So they went with the post June 1st. So they have to wait till then, until the money is available. So money was an issue. Money combined with the salary was an issue. They go out in the offseason and they get Nick Gates to be their center. So that was the first sign. Well, maybe you can hold on to Nick Gates, maybe move him to guard because he played both over the last couple of years for the Giants. They did re-sign Tyler Larsen to be the backup. Now, Tyler Larsen has had the same issues as Chase. The last couple of years, he's had season-ending injuries, and he's been very solid as a backup. But he's a backup. Make no mistake, he's a backup. Then comes a draft. And in the third round, this team drafted a center, Ricky Stromberg, out of where did Ricky? Arkansas. I don't know why that slipped to my mind. So they drafted Stromberg to be his eventual replacement, but everybody saw that. Well, if they've already got Gates, they've already got Larsen, and they drafted Stromberg, do you really need Chase Roullier? And especially if you look at his salary and how much is going to count against the cap. It was $12 million is counting against the cap. His dead cap is about $4 million. So that's 8-something million that they're going to save. So all the writing was on the wall. Now, he is believed to be fully healthy, which means after June 1st, he can go sign with another team, and he probably will go sign with another team. I have it on good authority that he's already put his house on the market in this area, and he is looking for another place to play, and that's where his family is going to move to. So hopefully he does sign on with another team and gets a chance to play past these injuries. Nobody wants to see their career end on injury. So good for Chase if he is able to do that. Last thing I want to talk about before we shut this down is Chase Roullier, the football player we love and everything that he did. Chase Roullier, the man, is on another level. The amount of charity work that Chase Roullier did for a bunch of different organizations, but of course here in Washington with the hog farmers. Everybody knows who the hog farmers are. The hog farmers raise awareness / money for pediatric cancer. He did a ton of work with the hog farmers, ton of work. Ask any of the hog farmers how much they love Chase Roullier and how much they're going to miss him. So this one hurts as an organization. We understand. We've heard from some of the other offensive linemen, some of their families as well, reaching out and saying how much they're going to miss Chase and his family and his wife and their kids, and great people, great human being. That's the business of football, unfortunately. And my sort of analysis at the end here is that, man, I hate to say this, Washington got a little bit better when you look at the overall makeup of the team with the salary cap, keeping the salary cap in mind. They got a little bit better today. On the field, strictly, if money was not an issue, you keep Chase Roullier around. Money's an issue, so they got better today. So again, Chase Roullier has been released by Washington with that post-June 1 designation. He is free to sign with another team. We appreciate everybody who has watched this video, watches all our stuff. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button, and you get a lot more content just like this. We want to hear what you have to say about Chase Roullier and about this situation, and whether you agree with it or not. We agree with it mostly. I think I can speak for both Nathan and Trev that we saw this coming a long time ago, even before the draft, even before Nick Gates was signed as a free agent. We saw this coming just because of the injuries and the big cap number. So if you have a comment, put it down there in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, y'all, be a fan.